Hey you! Yes you blithering idiot! What are you doing dragging your feet for? Waiting for us to get old? Why in the blazes are these boxes already on the... Why in the blazes aren't these boxes already on the ship? No boss, it's just these boxes are way too heavy. If we lug them all up, I think the ship might... Might what? This is treasure here. Treasure. You're just gonna leave profit on the ground like that? But if we load everything on board, plus ourselves, I don't think that the boat can hold all that weight. Ha, that's the easy one. If we just leave a couple of you here on the island, we can bring all the treasure back now, can't we? Oh, a cutting plan, boss. Wait, I'm one of the ones you're taking with you, right? I don't want to get captured by those golems. You've seen what happens to anyone they catch. Then stop yapping and start moving. If the Dark Lord's lackeys catch up, we're all done for. The Dark Lord's lackeys? I don't think we've heard of them before. Wait, boss, there's people over there. Oh, you idiot. Yeah, you, the big end and the tiny thing. What are you skulking over there for? I guess we're in trouble. Is it really a crime just being on this island? From the looks of you, you must be foreigners. And here's a thought. I thought you were minions of the Dark Lord Rimus. Huh. Ha. You don't even know who the Dark Lord is. Alright, I get it. I suppose it's up to me to educate you, oh ignorant outlanders. Okay, as you know, this was once a peaceful town. In those days, it was not yet named Petrichor. We Fontanians lived here in peace and safety until the golem armies of the Dark Lord Remus came. He was an awful tyrant who claimed to be the ruler of all waters. His forces had already obliterated countless towns and cities before arriving at ours. He took our lands, polluted the sources of pure water, and even tried to use music to tempt us. They raised high bell towers and fortresses, and the Dark Lord fell melodies enslaved our kin. But we, Fontanians free, rejected his rule. Thus did I, and the warriors under my command, march to war across the land. Huh, nice world building. Very detailed. The Dark Lord's golems are each mighty beyond measure. How can we be their match? Still, we had the aid of Esta the Quick-Witted this time. With his aid, we infiltrated the Dark Lord's Vale Keep and reclaimed the treasures, and he and his minions plundered from us Fontanians. Like the boss said, what is it we're doing again? Oh yeah. We're disrupting the special military maneuvers being conducted by the Dark Lord's legions. Totally a brilliant plan. So, you're the protagonists of your play, yet you aren't on the up and up. Do you think we'll still be lugging treasure if he showed up? It's not we'd all have turned into golems already. Just like Esta probably has. Esta, the pitiful. So these guys just took all the treasure and just ran away. What do you mean protagonists take the stage? Boy, from where I'm standing, it's looking like you're really his minions. Dressed up as foreigners. I can tell from your blabbing about performances and plays. So you won't fess up unless we char you first. Let's get 'em, boys. Alright, I'm down for a fight. Oh, dang, they already got taken out. Alright. Dang, he might just burn. Hold up. Oh, don't tell me reset. Oh, that's no fun.
Booba, get them! Get to work! Nice and spicy! You two! Time to end them!
Well, it wouldn't hurt to take a look at their so-called treasure, now would it? Paimon expressing disinterest in treasure? Say it isn't so. No way. Well, even if there is a trap in it, I doubt it'll be anything dangerous. Heavy shards of shattered stone. It is a cool statue, I'll give him that. Oh? How unforgettable the Hortus Urgetis overflow. Okay. Imperator. A dream? You're finally awake, Imperator. This is the day of great import. The day when we shall sound the great symphony of Phobos. There is yet time before the ritual, Imperator, but we should set out. I seem to have had a dream. A dream, Imperator? I did not know that gods could dream. In that case, what did you dream of? The great plains beyond the north wind? The silver tree beneath the frozen soil? Or did you see that golden future that you once showed me? I saw the sea swallowing the earth. The children of white stone and brass sinking. The collapse of all that was once radiant. That prophecy, then, Imperator, it is precisely to prevent it from happening, to fight against inevitable fate, that we are here today. Just as you said, we have paid much for it, but once we are free of fate's shackles, those sacrifices shall not have been in vain. In this I have led faith ever since I have accepted this body and became a Ramarian. Apologies, Imperator. Forgive my lack of manners. In any case, please come with me. Though you bestowed undying bodies upon the people, allowing humanity to fear the tides of the deep nevermore, the burden of fate is not something mortal souls can bear, but Phobos shall weave the path of fate of our behalf, leading us forward on the path of justice. The melody of symphony will flow through the waterways to the high sea, and soon Rumeria, all of humanity will be freed from the unconscionable tyranny of fate. And then one day, people will no longer need the guidance of Phobos, and all will be able to play their own symphony. Jeez, that was going so fast. Remus. Remus. Remus, you once said that you would create a future free from shackles of the divine destiny. Yet, your realm now lives violently shattered in the chasm you tried to bridge as grown deeper still. The immortal race you created and the peoples of the waters are slaughtering one another. And now, the so-called Eternal City too faces imminent collapse. You cannot control your own creation. The symphony has brought neither justice nor happiness, but instead has become the source of all sin. Though their flesh and blood have been surrendered from the water and soil, the lost souls guide them upon the path of inevitable death nonetheless. The curse of Fortuna is upon your people and upon you. Do you still remember our promise? That is our last resort. As long as the symphony is played, is this the only way you usurper lords of humanity know to atone after bringing things to ruination? Still, your resolve, at least, does not shame your kingly crown. And a promise was made indeed, therefore, allow me to bear witness to your end. Just now. That was a weird daydream. Anyways, I'm fine. Sorry to make you worry, Paimon. Alright, gotta go to Petrichor.
Ridiculous ravings and nothing more.
Alright, this is an interesting little town. Welcome, travelers or traversers of dreamscapes. I am the bell ringer at the intersection clock tower, the guide who welcomes travelers to the Eternal City. Oh joy, more world building, huh? Why, everyone has gone to Machimos already. I imagine they now dwell underneath the protection of Sebatos. Wait, what the heck is Sebatos? Dark Lord Remus, it would appear that in your journey you have crossed paths with some uncouth barbarians. That indeed is a blasphemous title, with which they besmirch the Sebatos Remus, our mighty Imperator. Huh. So, they're the same person? But it is of no consequence. The Sebatos may not be defined as the narrow notions of the tribal mob, Those despicable insects may speak slander if they wish, but the wise, inspired by his noblest ideals, will yet come forth in their droves. When the bell of eternity tolls, all that has ever come to pass shall be erased, and all will be reborn, regardless of who they are or where they be from. Be grateful and rejoice. Praise be. Do you name me a dreamer? Well, who knows? We could be the ones dreaming here. You never know. Chances are we aren't, but you never know. Dreaming? I certainly... Well, dang. Travelers from outside, halt. Bro, you are not a soldier. You literally look like you write books in your free time. That's not an insult, but it just means you're not a soldier. Excellent. You two look completely mentally sound. Okay, maybe he's actually the only sane person in this town. Before that, let's get this gentleman somewhere safe. Can't be leaving him lying there, can we? He'll catch a cold. Anyways, allow me to reintroduce myself. Call me Esta. I'm a member of the town's Daydream Club. I'm the only member at present right now, though. We're just passing adventurers. Adventurers, you say? You're not here to look for that castle or whatever, are you? Oh, wait. So I guess it was you who brought the bandits into the Dark Lord's castle, was it not? Huh? What? So, you've also... It seems like everyone's under some kind of effect. Oh, it's them. Where to begin? The legend of the fated castle has never been a secret. Adventurers just like them come looking for it every once in a while. Whether it be because of the impression of the name Golden Troop conjures up, it's like nothing more than a poetic imagery, or because the castle was built a millennia ago, it's more likely than not that nothing of value remains there now. But would they listen? Of course not. No sooner have I brought them over to the ruins in the mountains, they began destroying the statues and stuffing them in boxes like people possessed. I could not stop them alone, so I went back to town to get help. I never imagined I'd find nothing but dazed stares and mad ramblings all around. It's like someone had fallen under some kind of hypnotic spell. The Daydream Club has researched hypnosis before, but something like this is far, far beyond our capabilities. My hypnosis is that something abnormal has occurred within the ruins, according to the records. Actually, why are we the only ones not affected? Interesting. Most interesting. Well, maybe we can find a solution at the ruins, since that seems to be the place where it's happening. No, though the fellow who studies hypnotism would say that the creatures are keen with senses. How odd. That, collar... pendant? I could swear I've seen that accessory before. Yeah, I want to take a look at these ruins, because if they were tearing down the ruins, breaking down statues and stuff, then... The ruins? The mountain behind the town just so happens to be the exact direction that the cat set off in. Alright, then it's time we set off. Things are pretty murky right now. Take extra care. Alright. Let's go find that cat. Let's see. Is there a Hydroculus here? Ooh, yes there is. Actually.
One with nature.
That's a lot quicker. Alright, so these are the ruins that they were tearing down. Oh, what is that? That is definitely a seal if I've ever seen one. What the heck? What is that? They got moving statues now? Hey, yo. He's pyro infused.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night! Riptide!
You're toast! Booba, get...
Not bad, not bad. Your valor would not know shame, even should I stand in company of the Marchus hunters of old. Huh. It's a talking animal. Well, we've seen a few in Inazuma, but it's been a while. One such as I not dwell on being called a strange thing. O chosen champions, Jerome and Paimon, the time has come for true heroes such as ye to step forth. Come with me to the ancient kingdom of deep seas. We must still the chaotic symphony if we are to save the lost souls. Oh yeah, I guess I'm the hero in this scenario. Alright, let the journey begin. Yeah, this cat did just come out of nowhere, so... Must I start from the beginning? Very well. Ordains of Orampolis is my name, a spirit keeper of the ancient realm. Yeah, Paimon is just as confused as I am, because I understood like maybe like 12% of that name. Anyways. Meow meow? It appears that I cannot command this body as I wish, to the extent that bestial behaviors may even overbear me from time to time. If, from the beginning, I can only have... As the two of you can see, the boundaries between past and present has begun to blur thanks to the influence of the chaotic symphony. It is for this reason that I too have awoken. For now, the affected area is yet small. The inhabitants of Petrichor have had their souls taken away. They exist in that maddened, dreamlike state because the symphony has temporarily granted them identities and memories to fill the void left behind. It is as a vessel filled with pure water has had its contents replaced with the wondrous wine, an apt description considering that those are memories of ancient history gifted by the symphony. Huh. Okay, so classic soul swapping scenario. You said the area affected isn't very large yet. That is correct, Jerome. Of course, eventually the Court of Fontaine will be consumed if the chosen hero cannot restore harmony to the chaotic melody. Nothing else for it, but I'm the hero after all. Alright, let's get going, Os. Thank you so much. The road to the ancient realm lies beneath this spring you see before you. I have caused the seal on the hidden path to manifest. Next, I shall activate the device that maintains the seal. There we go. Now then, help me retrieve the harp strings, and I shall thus be able to break the seal and open this right away. Now then, let us go unto the fated castle of gold. Huh. I guess Esther did mention that, huh? Nay, nay. These are but scraps on the surface. The true castle lies deeper underwater. Huh. Compared to the cats in town, such. Follow closely and try not to get lost then. Great, well, let's go ahead and make our way down. Looks like there's even more statues down here. Difficult to say. Perhaps that golem you defeated earlier climbed up from here. Huh. There seems to be a lot of ruins down here. But it doesn't seem like it fell down here. It's more like the cave formed itself around it. Or like the ruined areas are just like kind of built into the foundations of this cave. This is but the tip of the iceberg. Once a nation, and the land above which it was built sank beneath the waves, and my mission is to prevent that which has sunk from resurfacing. Or so I believe. Huh. I wish I had a reliable guide. Anyways, we are the sole arbiters of whether souls in the townfolk can safely return to their bodies or not. So eyes up now. The fated castle is just through that gate. Let's continue onward. Alright. I'm a cat after all. So appearing and disappearing with utmost okay. Do not let those trifling things outside the window interfere with our relentless march forward. We have work to do. Huh. Alright. Yeah, it does seem to be a large castle, but it's all underwater, isn't it? But of course, and not just people either. Oh, fret not. Surely heroes such as yourself would dispatch any hidden ghosts or phantoms without breaking a sweat. Good eye. That is indeed a music box. But just as I have knowledge beyond ordinary cats, this music box has functions beyond most others. My, I didn't think you'd be so catty. I guess they're still struggling to fight against the urges of their feline body. Anyways, even those who lack musical knowledge can freely operate the power of the symphony using this box. We'll have to use it later, I'm sure. Huh. The symphony here may also become chaotic and become the source of all sins. Huh, so it must be from that daydream we had. Peace now. You need not be so fretful. The symphony and the mighty, beautiful and glorious, once an existence that shouldered golden ideals. That it sows chaos upon even the surface of a mere mishap of misenlightenment. The result of the evildoers misusing great and glorious power. But were it Jerome, surely he would wield his power correctly. That's quite a lot of trust you're putting in us. It might be more accurate to say that I have no other option. I'm a mere cat at present, after all. Should I wish to make use of the music box myself, it might prove somewhat difficult. We have spoken this much. Now, to put things to the test, remember the strings we got from the harp in the ruins? Those were in truth the scores on which this symphony was recorded. As long as you place the score into this music box, the box shall play its tune all on its own. Alright, so what are we doing here? A moving... Okay, the Outlander gently plucks the harp strings, telling his companion... Alright, this is going too fast for me to read out loud. Wait, was that it? Okay, so I guess that was it, so we need to find more pieces. It seems that this box still functions. Well, now, are we not safe? Not completely. One cannot judge a box by its cover. Do you not concur? That chaotic symphony must be here. If we can locate it, we can retrieve the souls that have been taken from the townsfolk. Alright, then let's have a look around for starters. A reasonable judgment. If memory serves, this castle has a great many strange rooms. Perhaps they are worth investigating first. Also, the castle's central hall plays host to a mysterious stage, though no more plays shall ever be performed there. It was once an entrance to a place deeper underwater still, where the power of the symphony yet lingers. We must go and check for any further anomalies there. Indeed, I wonder what awaits us there. Still, before the riddle may be solved, we must first find the clues that await us in the castle. Come, let us away. Alright, so it looks like we can use the power of the symphony in certain areas. Alright, let's get moving. So we came from this way, did we not?
Time to go.
Try to get the hydro crystal flies while we can. Oh, I didn't even see the chest. I was so distracted by the Oculus.
A fateful offering.
Hopefully we'll be able to get that soon. Alright. So this looks like a different area. Well, this is leading us somewhere, so let's find out what it is. Okay, nice chest.
A fateful offering.
Okay, let's make our way back because the task at hand is the other direction. So we need to go this way. Okay, so we don't have the tome that we need there. There seems to be a lot of oculi. Anyways. Oh, there's a waypoint over there. Let's grab the waypoint and then let's see what Os is talking about. Grab this artifact. Alright, Os. What are we doing? Huh. I guess Os isn't in possession. Oh, nope. They were just distracted. Okay. My apologies. I was distracted for a moment. Huh. Perhaps you were an audience member who looked upon the stage? I might have, or might not. It was all in the past, either way. Utterly irrelevant. What matters now is the scent of discord I smell in the air, as though some presence, one that makes me uneasy, once visited this place. I fear that the specifics may only be ascertained once we perform the score here. Yeah, I didn't see any scores around here. Well, you may have seen scores shaped like strings, but you have not seen those shaped like murals, one such as before you. Huh. Okay, I guess that would make sense if it was like a record player, then the so-called fish that we see swimming around would be the score. Indeed. Now let me think. To stage a performance, we shall need to place the blank score here. We should be able to find one here in the castle. Okay, so we need to backtrack. Oh, come on. You see, Lolly. There we go. Alright, so how do we get back up there? Because we kind of jumped off the ledge. Well, that's one way. So yeah, it should be back the way we came. There's a little book here. Don't know how we're supposed to interact with it. Are we just... Oh wait, is it for this? I guess not. Well,
Time to go.
We'll do that later. It says that it's over here. So the blank score is around here somewhere. Wait, is that? That looks a lot like the narwhal. Paimon, you have witnessed so little of the world as to find such things strange? Are we not underwater? Is it not ordinary to see a manner of fish about? And this voice, I've heard it before. This part of the sea outside is like the castle. It belongs to the past. It is something that should have been forgotten. If one ceaselessly calls out to a monster that has been blotted from memory, they might yet jump out and cause trouble. It is wise to be cautious, and is best if we simply treat it as an ordinary fish. Huh. So that tells me that is anything but ordinary. I simply mean to avoid unnecessary complications. After all, our top priority is to retrieve the surface dwellers' souls, no? I mean, yeah, you're right. It just so happens that there's a blank score before us. We simply need to use the music box to tune the auto-harmonic reed pipes on either side, and we can obtain it. Give it a go. Alright, so let's go ahead and tune these things. Wait, so... we need them to match. Wait, I'm so confused on what we're supposed to be doing here. I kind of wish I would have read the instructions. Oh, we just need to match them to the sign on the wall back there. That's good, and then this one needs to be reset. I really wish it would have just went back to the beginning rather than going all the way down the score. Okay, yeah, that thing is looking at us hard. It's not even just swimming around in the background. It's just like, it's just chilling here.
Brings a smile to my face.
Anyways, we did what we were supposed to do, so let's go ahead and take this. So now we need to play the symphony on the mural. Still not too keen about this thing watching us. But it is what it is. Let's keep on going. Make our way back to the room with the mural. Not only do we have the same hardest skin, but our veins flow the same divine essence. We share the same wisdom and melody, the same will. It has been too long, dear friend. How many years since that day? 500? Thousands? Still, time matters not to all of us. You may be in this small body now, but I recognize you in an instant. Well, are you tired of battle and decided to take up a rat catching as a new hobby? It's you. Dark Lord. Barbarians remain barbarians, I see. Ignorant even of their own ignorance. Boethius of Remuria am I, foremost harborers of Phobos. You need not introduce yourselves. I have no interest at the title of petals of by primitives. You know this rude fellow, Os? I do not deny it, but need you be so formal, Cassador? Do our years of service under Sebatos, our god king, matter so little to you? The past is past. I do not know how you, whose soul has been long shattered, have manifested, but it seems that the chaotic symphony is your doing, and none other. Cease. Return the souls who live in the present, and go back to the shadow beneath the deep waters, where you belong. This is my final warning to you. Oh, and what then? Will you continue wearing your mask of hypocrisy? Traitor. Will you shut your eyes and ears for another millennium? But you have noticed, haven't you? Why my melody would break its bonds at this time and affect the present? Why my strength has given me the might to open this gate to the deep waters, allowing me to manifest. The power of the sea surges, Cassador. The return of Phobos is imminent. Phobos? Yes, indeed. Over these thousands of years, I have already bound my soul to the shattered Phobos. The omniscient enigma, the great power, is about to finally descend once again. And is this not the wish we once failed to accomplish? To repeat the past is to give this ancient tragedy an encore, nor have I ever wanted to sacrifice innocent lives. Is that so? Well, not that it matters, Cassador. The world you have defended is coming apart at the seams. People of bygone times you see before you shall return to their rightful places. Fontaine's existence is a mistake, one we shall correct. When the oceans swallow it, Remuria shall rise above the sea once again, and its light will shine over the land. Wait, so... Wait, how can you call Fontaine a mistake? You are the mistaken one. We should have assimilated into this new nation thousands of years ago, but it was you who warped them into puppets of ancient hate. Whether that Phobos matter is true or false, as long as my will is not dissipated, your schemes will not succeed. Do you mean to say that we should abandon our honor as Remurians and degenerate into more base insects? How could I ever allow my kin to return to those bags of decaying flesh and become slaves to fate once more? It seems that the millennia have not led you to accept Remuria's downfall. If anything, you have grown more abstinent still. Perhaps it's in our stubbornness alone that we are quite similar, though that the long years would have rendered you willing to once more stand by our side. You betrayed the tribe that birthed you, and you betrayed Remuria. You may have become the Golden Hunter, but you cannot remove the brand of Sabatos that marks you still. You will always be a Remurian. Remurians have long ceased to exist. Save your delusions. The world has passed away. Of course, or so it was meant to be. But now the border between past and present has faded. If you insist on becoming the enemy of our ancient realm by sealing me once more in a cage beneath the waves, then those Fontanians you wish to protect, yes, all of Petrichor, shall be buried as one. That is not up to you, insolent savage. When that time comes, your lowly flesh will be rendered to as dust, but your souls will join with ours and take the next step of evolution. We shall bestow upon you eternal resilient bodies, that you may never suffer mortal pain. Should you have words of gratitude, I will hear them. Yeah, I'm not trying to be a stone-faced loser like you. I'm chilling the way I am. Just like those puppets who danced as you performed, those pitiful slaves and servants, those poor children, everything was stripped from them, and you still speak with such conviction. All things have their price. Narrow personal opinions are but refuse to be discarded by a higher class of beings such as I. Besides, as I see it, they are the ideal form of humanity, adhering unadheringly to a perfect order. Yeah, this guy is way too self-centered. Despicable? Huh? And what would you call that Cassador did to us thousands of years ago then? By comparison, this is nothing. But patience. We should have a good long talk. But not here, no. We will speak beneath the deep waters, in the deepest bowels of our ancient realm, where everything began. The realm awakens, Cassador. You are the sole survivor of our fallen realm, the sole Remurian left free with free will, and you will have left us for far too long. You must return to us and listen to the lamentation and anger of the long years. Perhaps then you shall be more receptive to my symphony and to the arrangement of Phobos. I will await you in the royal city of Remuria in Domus Arena, where the Sabatos has plied his melody. I will, of course, extend the appropriate hospitality to those souls from the present before your arrival. Should you still remain resolute when the time comes, their souls will naturally receive the release. And as for you, you are not a part of Phobos' plan, and yet the great symphony shall in no wise cast out any audience. Do enjoy the passing prelude I have prepared for you. If fortune proves favorable, we shall meet again. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Like, I saw it coming, but like, that's a pain. Alright.
Into the wind.
Like, you can't just have the... Oh, gosh, dang. You can't just have these giant statues here and expect me not to think that something's gonna pop up.
Show no mercy. Get to work.
As one with wind and cloud, one with nature.
Keep lolling. East Papa. Get him.
Alright, are we fighting the other side? Yep, looks like it.
Fulfill our path. Eat this. Boba, get them.
Wind strider. Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt. Amateur mistake.
Show no mercy.
Clouds high. The birds call.
You two. Time to end them.
As you might recall, we weren't really invited. You know what? You're right. We have never needed an invitation to go crash a party. We didn't need an invitation when we were going to crash the Raiden Shogun's whole vision stealing party. And we didn't need an invitation to crash Scaramush's little party of trying to become a god of wisdom in Sumeru. So let's go ahead and do it. This is Fontaine. Let's go ahead and crash another party. Alright. We need to have a good talk before we go, though. Cassador. If you have anything you'd like to ask me this time, I shall tell you all that I know. Okay. So tell us about Remuria. Yeah, it seems to be some type of ancient nation. Very well. The story begins before the court of Fontaine as you know it was born. The Sabatos Remus founded a nation above the high sea that is Fontaine, and their ancestors of present-day Fontainians named him Dark Lord Remus in their terror. Before it sank, this body of water was a part of the Great Fontaine Lake and the location where the capital of Remuria was sited. As such, these waters have the same properties of those of Fontaine. Huh. Indeed, but where the tale differs from commonly told history is the people of Remuria were not ordinary humans like the Fontainians. Rather, they were a new race. Their bodies were cast of stone with ichor for blood. The Sabatos gave us such bodies that we can escape our prisons of rotting flesh and fate. His great vision was all that we can grasp, the power of symphony, and thereby escape the shackles of Fortuna, becoming the masters of our own destiny. Wait. Precisely so. I fear that they have long lost their free will. However, becoming mindless slaves worse off by far than the humans of old, easily perishable though they are. Yeah, that is a good question. maybe the soul swapping affected them too, so their soul got placed inside of a cat or something. I'm a cat for now, and one's will and soul are more important than one's body, are they not? Regardless, it was the Sebatos who gave me new life. We once possessed all the high seas, countless cities and palaces, flowers flowering, wine, and yet fate found us all the same. After returning from the deepest depths of the sea, the Sebatos used ichor to create an imperishable body for the people, and still the prophesied future did not change. Our God King believed that it was because human souls could not escape the gravity of fate, and so he wrote the symphony, a music that could weave destiny. He believed that through this, he had found a way to resist fate, but instead that path led us into utter darkness, step by step. In the end, the entire kingdom sank beneath the waves, as though it had been smote by divine judgment. I fear that even he did not foresee such an outcome, though all the same, that is what happened. If you have anything you'd like to ask me at this time, I shall tell you all that I know. Alright, I think we can leave the rest for later. Very well. If there's anything else that you wish to know, do not hesitate to ask me. Alright. I will continue to guide you. It is, after all, my homeland. Though it may have sunk into the bottom of the sea, I remember its path still, even after these millennia. Or so I believe. Don't let us down when it counts. Should we encounter difficulties, you may count on me. Do not forget that I am far stronger than any ordinary cat. Monsieur Os. Okay. A name to me is nothing more than a label. But as this represents your acknowledgement, Paimon, I will gladly accept it. Alright. Well, let's get going. Alright, let's keep on moving forward. Wait, is that whale we saw before? I'm not calling it a fish. That thing is too big to be a dang fish. I'm calling it a whale. Where's the oculi that's supposed to be here? 'Cause I see one here. It says that it's above here. Maybe it's deeper down? Because it still says that it's underground. Well, anyways, let's just keep on going. We'll find it later. This place looks amazing. Oh wait, there's more than one? It looks like that one's trapped. Huh. I've heard this voice in a dream before. I can't remember his name anymore, though. Yes, you must have met him in the Sebatos dream, did you not? Skyla, a fell dragon who once served Sebatos. He was subdued and sealed here by Botheus. Mr. Super Rude subdued an evil dragon, okay. Well, Fell Dragon was the name they gave, but it was no more than a bishop that was a teensy bit stronger than normal. After all, no new Hydro Dragon could be born so long as the mistress of many waters inherited in deep seas. Huh. Wait, isn't Nivulet a sovereign dragon? So that means this must have been even before Nivulet. A new dragon of water has already been born? Then again, it has been a long time since even the former mistress of many waters has passed. So much time has passed. In any case, the evil dragon Scylla was once Sebatos' friend, but he revolted at the critical juncture in the showdown between Remurians and the Fontanians. At that time, Scylla led the brutal dragonborn to Machimos, intent on breaching their inner city, Capitolium, where Sebatos resided. I think I heard people talking about that a little bit in the town. Correct. Machimos is the outer city of the capital, but should the Fell Dragon wish to enter the inner city, he must pass through the Initium Iani. That is the barrier separating the inner and outer parts of the capital, and the symphony weaved by Sebatos and the musicians which covered all of Remuria passed through the Itium Iani and his golden waterways. Botheus and his legion used this fact to shut in Itium Iani, thus finally sealing the evil dragon. Something's not right about that story. The dreamscape from before, back then. Skyla should have come and seen Remus before. Perhaps Scylla sought to go before Sebatos' throne, but such an opportunity is now forever lost. Afterwards, the evil dragon sank alongside Remuria, and the Sebatos was too lost, remaining so to this very day. It all feels a bit muddled. That is true. I've only heard to tell the events after it had transpired myself, having not been in the capital when the disaster struck. Then, none knew what had happened to the Sebatos. I fear that we can only learn more by proceeding further. The large fish glowing that we saw in the castle must be the thoughts escaped from the fissures of Scylla's stony cell. I fear that he's already taken notice of our presence. Having been sealed here for so long, now that he has finally sensed outsiders, he will naturally find a way to lure us in. Huh. This will prove quite tricky, yes. No, how could we do such a thing? I mean, after all, that is one of Remoria's nemesis. But the enemy of my enemy is my friend, no? But he is still a dragon. Yeah, we did kind of kick Asia and reseal him, yeah. Asia, wait. Yeah, I guess Asia does count. Yeah, we had the little run-in with Asia. Oh, I forgot about Apep. Apep was a pain. Yeah, Apep was a pain to freaking fight with all those phases. Yeah. I know, you're right. Let's give it a try. The seal that binds the evil dragon seems to be connected to 3 locations. Let us begin by removing the chains in those 3 places. Alright, so we now have the Sea of Bygone Eras unlocked. Alright, let's get this teleport waypoint and then try to undo the seal. I do wonder how we're going to go about doing this. Whoa. Alright. Hey you, yes you. You glibbering imbecile. Why do you delay? Even we waste away, the treasure won't move itself, surely. Nay, sir. It's just that they are simply too heavy. We've been at this all day and there's still so much left. Well then, this intrinsic merit feeding this pretty size of yours? It's treasure, you brute. Treasure, of course, is heavy. Besides, we confiscated all these treasures from those accursed barbarians, did we not? Leaving such wealth in the hands of those insects who live like swine and mongrels would be a terrible waste. But sir, don't you think that we should have brought a few more ships if we wanted to haul all this back to Remuria? What are you, slow? Imperial cargo ships are not to be used for such a thing. Well, then why don't we destroy what we cannot carry? Better have it fall into the hands of those savages. Yeah, we heard this exact conversation when we first arrived in Petrichor. Huh. So I guess that's where their souls went. They went into the bodies of those little bandits that we found. Are you Legio 9? What are you doing here? You should not have been ordered to retreat to Fort Chartibus? Cryptus? Yeah, Cryptus. Hey, Esta, don't you dare ruin our fun, you hear? These barbarians are less of a threat than dead fish anyways. So you just let us have our fun and messing around here a little while longer, would you? These treasures. I do not know what orders your Harmos gave you, but did Sabatos not order us to subdue these ignorant tribes and free them of their fate's shackles? Those orders do not include such clearly criminal deeds. Surely you jest. The orders of our commander, mighty Dominus Botheus, were indeed to punish savages harshly. And besides, we have received no punishment. That means that both Phobos and Sabatos, our imperator, approve of our actions. So what's all this talk about crimes? Are you trying to start trouble? But there's another Esta here? Well, things are getting weirder by the moment. It appears that it is time to answer the question of yours. The Esta that you met in town must be a descendant of the Armurians. His ancestor must have followed you to join the new nation all those years ago, becoming an ordinary Fontanian. As such, the symphony that has stolen these Fontanian souls would not affect him, but in turn, the melody that records his ancestors' memories had nowhere to go, and so it attached itself to that statue. Huh. Just wandering souls lost in their memories. Let's have a good look. Yes, hello. And who are you exactly? You do not appear to be Remorians. Are you savages then? I'm just a passing traveler. I wouldn't call myself a savage. Well, this is a battlefield, and you'll put yourself in great peril. You shall leave this place regardless of who you are. Esta, it is I. It has been a while. Skies above! Is that you, Dominus Castador? You rarely appear in that form that I almost failed to recognize you. Huh. You can just take that to be so. Still, Dominus Castador, what brings you here? Did the Sabatos not send you to damnation? I cannot remember. Am I in some dream? That does not seem to be the case. Surely you jest. The Sabatos must have assigned you to a secret mission again, or else I'm an ignoramus. You guessed correctly. Speaking of which, why are the legomaries of Legio 9 guarding those chains? Chains? You mean the treasure, yes? I believe them to be spoils of war. Though Sabatos' views are as naught but sad necessities of fulfilling our grand aspirations, and have long outlawed such brutal behaviors. You know as well as I that they have become commonplace nonetheless. We are on the path to darkness, though none perceive it. Dominus Castador, what has happened? Phobos was meant to bring us happiness, but all I feel is pain. I cannot name. I too am searching for the answer to that question, but it appears we'll have to deal with the problem at hand first. Indeed. Those are our legomaries. So let's resolve things peacefully, if we may. Huh? Who are you? Esta's little helpers? We are Castador's retainers. Seems you two have quite the penchant for acting. Dominus Castador, you say? I've heard that Sabatos has sent him to Armotia. Has he returned so soon? Right, I figured as much. I mean, Well, we haven't gone to Fort Charybdis with the main body of troops. But we are the rear guard, so some final cleanup is well within our range of duties, huh? Is this also a command from Phobos? Well, it should have guided our every move, but since coming here, there have been many times where we could not hear its melody. As such, we've fallen back on Dominus Botheus' directives. Huh. The Sebatos does not permit the harm of innocent people. Innocent, you say? Yes. He did task us with helping these vulnerable humans before the war began. But our actions have the tacit approval of Phobos. Could its decrees ever be in conflict with sacred words of Sebatos? Huh. Yet you are not receiving the melody. Well, that's true enough, but what can we place our trust if not Phobos? Surely it would not stand idly if we were to diverge from the correct path. Phobos is a perfect creation. I counsel you, as a Remurian, to not doubt its directives. Phobos' silence signifies rejection. Yes, that is possible. How did I not consider that? Could our rash actions have caused Phobos to cease guiding us? If so, then it bodes very ill. Very well, you speak true. We must reconsider our actions. I, in truth, do not know how things came to this. There's been a strange feeling in my heart since the war broke out. We were meant to pursue freedom and happiness, but Phobos led us here instead, step by step. Has something gone wrong? What could it be? If you meet with Sebatos upon your return, please appraise him of our circumstances and our doubts. You'll be doing us a truly great favor. Alright. So we should be able to remove the chains that are there.
Brings a smile to my face.
Alright,
Time to go.
The chain should be just up here. There should be a Hydroculus this way. Right? Yes, there is. Let's grab that before we continue. Actually, will we be able to get out? Oh, so we need to break the chains to go further. Okay, so we're not supposed to go here yet, technically. Alright, let's go ahead and break the chains. Which note are we trying to find? Is it working? It's just repeating orange now. It's not doing blue anymore. Monsieur Os, what are we supposed to be doing? Let's continue onwards. It is time to end the story of past. Okay. I would like to know how we're supposed to get rid of this thing, because it's not making sense. Hold to... Oh, so we need to hold it. Okay. So, let's try it. It seems that you resolved our previous problem. I suppose that means you'll be rushing ahead to your next goal then. Yes, I'll continue to take care of this place, Esther, yeah. Also, remember that it's better to trust the wisdom of your heart rather than handing all that judgment right off to the wrong of right and wrong over to Phobos or any Harmost. The Sebatos created Phobos to free us from servitude and destiny, but the people's blind faith in us has led to enslavement and more frightful still. In the future, you may encounter similar choices once more. I hope that you'll make the right decision when the time comes. Dominus Cassador, why are you suddenly speaking of such things? Still, I shall keep your words in heart. I, Esther, shall uphold my own sense of justice. That is good. Farewell, Esther. I believe we shall meet again.
Fateful offering.
Alright, so we need to go ahead and go back now.
Time to go.
Right? Because the chains went this way, so we need to go do the other chains. Let's see, where's the next chain at? Seems like there's one over there, so let's go see if we can go break it. Oh, don't tell me we're gonna have to fight all of these golems. That's gonna be a pain. Actually, you know what? I'd rather have to fight them than go through trying to convince them, because we're a lot stronger than they are.
Fulfill our pact!
Riptide.
Suffer the wrath of Easley!
As one with wind and cloud.
Boba, get them! Get to work!
You can run, can't hide.
Nice and spicy! Keep lolling! Eat Papa! Get him! Fulfill our pact! Eat this!
Riptide. Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
Dominus Cassador. Dominus Cassador, is that you? It is you, just as I thought. You finally returned. I was ordered to guard this forest, but the cruel bishop attacks of the barbarians were simply too much for me. So I was forced back to step by step until I arrived here. It seems, though, as many years have passed since then. What tidings from beyond? Were you victorious? Is that so? We lost. I'm sorry. Do not say such things, honored Dominus. I had already imagined the day might come when I joined Sepatos' legions. Did Sepatos not say that he wanted to lead us to break the shackles of Fortuna? But is doing so that simple? After all, what we struggle against is fate itself, and defying fate is a feat beyond even the greatest of gods. In the end, all of our efforts were in vain. Nay, say not so, Dummius. We took up arms against the divine destiny, and our deeds changed the laws of heaven. We resisted upon that prophecy, resisted it most valiantly. Though we failed in the end, someone must have betrayed us, led us astray. Still, the outcome no longer matters. Come what may, our deeds shall be carved into this world's history. I still do not know his name. It appears history has now reached its conclusion. But now he is finally at peace. Let us continue onward. Quickly, undo the chains here.
There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it. Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, it is the last link I have to the land of my birth. Who says there aren't benefits to a life of wandering?
Alright, let's go ahead and see if we can open up the last chain. Okay, so we need them all lit up at the same time. So that stops them temporarily so these can turn on. So if we can get them back over here, those two are doing their thing. Just need to get this one to move over here, rest. Imperator, are you alright? Are you dreaming again? Ugh, so noisy. What's going on? The people have gathered in your great hall, but I believe they have questions for you, Imperator. Recently, the melody of Phobos has been interrupted many times, and so they have many concerns regarding this. I have no choice but to do this. I trust your wise judgment, naturally. And I have heard something of the recent happenings. Is something wrong with Phobos? Phobos has planned routes for everyone, such that humanity as a whole can attain happiness. There should be no issue, not while we have the aid of Sibelia's nearby limitless power of calculation. Did someone secretly alter the musical score of Phobos? No, no one can do that except myself and the other Harmosts. Could it be that the prophet had hidden something from us? Impossible. Has she not already sacrificed her life for the cause? The veracity of her prophecy has been validated by the Mistress of Waters. She would have harbored no such selfish designs. Or perhaps it's precisely because she has no desires of her own. Today, all people rely on Phobos to make judgments and decisions for them. If something were to go wrong with it, the citizens would fear all that all would descend into chaos. I need you to go to where those who cling to blind faith are. For this reason, I must grant you free will. Is that to say that you wish to separate my melody from the grand symphony as a contingency against mishaps? No, it's still too early. I fear that my soul is unable to withstand such a great fate. I believe in you. But from now on, you shall no longer be a part of we. I understand. I have resolved myself. If this is your wish, Imperator, I shall see it done. Orinopolis, the city of the future. Call yourself by this new name. O great Sebatos, please give us your instructions. Many have been unable to hear the Phobos' melody as of late. The people are frightened, Imperator, frightened and confused. Our great plan was proceeding as normal. The barbarians sulking in the shadows were eliminated one by one, and the polluted waters were cleansed by the Ichor. Yet, my Imperator, you still plan to call a halt to our noble war without cause or reason? Why have you done this? I have exercised my own judgment in the matter. Great Sebastos, I do not mean to challenge your authority, but I believe that you have shown them sufficient mercy already. We have brought glorious harmony to the land. The gates of Remuria are all open to who wish to join the Golden Order. But what have they done? They've destroyed our towers and slaughtered our musicians. They've blighted our souls, unworthy of any salvation. We cleanse their barbarous lands with our blood, and order and civilization shall sprout after the destruction. For such ignorant savages, this is the highest mercy that can be granted to them. That is not what I want. But there should not be even a sliver of a shadow under the sun. Is that not also your great ideal? If I may, Imperator, I believe that this is the wish of all citizens of Remuria. Sebasos, please give the order. Alright, let's go ahead and remove the shackles. Such warm ocean currents, free at last. Well now, little ones, hail you from the surface? I know not for what reason you have come to this deep water prison, but very well. Either way, you have broken these shackles that have bound me for a millennia. That places me in your debt. If there is any undertaking which I may aid you, then speak. Consider it a token of my gratitude. Ah, Cassador, is it you? It has been a while, so you came back after all. But still, you are sadly late by a few thousand years, no less. I have nothing to say to despicable traitors. Speak not so rashly, mortal. We are dragonborn. We all keep our promises and betray none, which is more than can be said for your haughty race. Save your breath. It is worth less than drowning mayfly. Your betrayal is undisputed. Were they not defeated in that war precisely because you turned against us? If we hadn't lost that war, our nation, the Sebatos, wouldn't have. Ah, you've been gone for far too long, Cassidor. The truth is not what you imagine, though I suppose the secret plan would not have been secret if its details reached your ears. Secret plan. My leading an army of bishops to assault the capital was in fact a part of Remus's final secret plan. And all he did was to save the nation and people, a man of great moral character. Sounds preposterous. And what, little one, would such as you or I know of Remus's thoughts? Whatever the case, look upon this, Cassidor. Even you should be able to divine its meaning. The guiding golden bees should only heed the call of the symphony. Why would Sebatos bestow his power upon a savage dragon? Because they had an arrangement. Oh, you know little much, little one. Where did you learn that from? From the memories scattered in the dream of the sea. You speak correctly. Yes, indeed, we did have an arrangement, but I failed him. I squandered his noble sacrifice. I could not make it to Domus Arena in time, and so the waves devoured the whole city, and my kindred could not escape either. How could such a thing be? If this betrayal you speak of, then Boethius is the true traitor. Were it not for that lying devil, that deceitful rat, that silver-tongued deceptions, how could a prince among dragonkin such as I, who once led our armies after the age of ancient dragons, be beaten so easily? That devil firstly falsely claimed to have given up resistance on Remus's orders, saying that he had ordered the legions to cease resistance. Yet when we arrived here, he suddenly rose up against us. Now that I've had much time to think on it, I fear he must have learned of Remus's plans somehow, and thus was able to set up such an inescapable track and lure me in, step by step. And thus did my flesh turn to stone, and thus did it remain for millennia, to this day when you rescued me. Boethius knew perfectly well what a massive calamity his actions would bring about, yet he still... Could he have been trying to seize control over Phobos? Was that why he committed such sins? It seems that we don't have the full story yet. So that loathsome relicaltrant demon worm has yet to dissipate, has he? The Intunum Iani? Those feeble tricks and smokescreens have been set to dismay us, but at the end of the day, it is nothing more than a glorified stone door. I have lost my physical body, but it is no great labor to take the little ones to settle this matter. Watch closely, little ones. Now we need to simply break these revealed seals one by one. If you're prepared, then let us go. Well then, monsieurs. Huh. Now that it's come to this, we have little choice. Alright. Let's go ahead and go. There isn't much time. Keep up, little ones. It is dangerous here. Try not to stray far from me. Or if not, that it certainly seems well preserved, that's for sure. Of course, this place was fashioned from a giant ship. It was designed to be a titanic instrument from which the symphony was to be played. See those pipes extending outward? Though the symphony now lies broken, this was once how it would be broadcasted to the four corners of the world. The Eternal City, indeed, Remesis, well, protects this place still, just as I expected. No wonder that brazen, shameless traitor has endured even till this day. I imagine that Botheus owes his survival of time's erosion having laid low in this palace for all these millennia. And over those long years, he gradually mastered the power of Phobos. In that case, let us part ways for now. You've been a great help already. I was pleased to be of aid, but to tell the truth, I have no desire to see that one ever again. I wish to never again hear a word from that devil's mouth. His words are sham, and Shameful are his lies. See, you shall not fall for them. Besides, I cannot help you even if I came with you, for I am a temporary occupant of this ichor-made body. Were the battle to be joined, I would have no recourse. Not that I would mind terribly, but no gain will salve the loss of him seizing the symphony that Remus bequeathed onto me. Let us part here for now. Though I cannot aid you in battle, I can use the currents to send you hence. Come to me should you need such aid. Regardless, let us meet again once you have vanquished that traitor. When that time comes, perhaps I too shall have the chance to make amends for my past regrets. Alright, let's make our way over to the gates of Domus Aurea. Cassador, dear friend, I knew you'd come. And the uninvited barbarians. Really, you're the discourteous one here. Silence, you noisome, obstreperous insects. I'm speaking to Cassador. Do not interrupt. Jerome, Paimon, I will take care of this. Boethius, I have come as promised. Honor your pledge and relinquish the souls of the surface dwellers. They do not deserve to suffer this unforeseen calamity. The grudges between us should stay between us. You call this unforeseen? Have you not looked upon your kindred? They lie trapped in these lightless waters, like walking corpses. Are they not supposed to walk upon sunlit shores? If my brief interment of surface folk souls is a disaster bereft of rhyme and reason, then what would you call the millennia-long suffered of our kind? Listen and listen well. The judgment of the surface people have only just begun. No, the one who imprisoned them was you, and it was you who turned our kin into monsters. We once had a choice. So long as we discarded our old grudges, the Mistress of Waters agreed to accept us in a new nation. But you used them, took advantage of their pain, their trust in you. You turned them into tools for your ambition. That was their choice. They chose the old order, not the honeyed death you brought. And just as they gave onto us the conducting batons the Sebastos bestowed upon them, so too are we duty-bound to lead them onto the correct path. How dare you swagger, you shameless traitor. You who betrayed the Sebastos' trust and led our nation into ruin. Ha! I hear that vile dragon slandering your words, and you would even believe our foe of our nation rather than your canon comrades. I serve no god, no king, and only mighty Remuria and our noble ideals. Remus proved unworthy to reign supreme from the moment he uttered that perverse command, and so there are no traitors. If anything, it was I who rescued our nation from his error. He colluded with our foes, commanding the vile Drake to flatten our cities. He even attempted to destroy the Grand Symphony, which would have co-signed us to live under the Fortuna's yoke once more. How could I have stood aside and done nothing in the face of his madness? And so you betrayed him. You shut the Intium Iani, and in the end, Phobos' power went out of control, and the royal palace sank into the depths. Will you not open your eyes to the truth? It was Remus who betrayed us, betrayed Phobos. That was the true prelude to tragedy. I have already spent thousands of years struggling to recreate the symphony of past, weaving the broken melodies together in the deep waters just to recreate what you hear now. No, in your hands it has become harsh, and the discordant voices of agony and hate denounce your violence. And who decides what's harmonious or not? Is it not absolute power? Remus bent the knee of savages and odious dragons precisely because he failed to comprehend this. But it matters not. This inverted world shall soon be rightened, and I shall become the new Sebastos. That is impossible, Potheus. You are but a mortal human. Humans can never become gods. Ah, but Cassador, you forget. Was Remus's ideal not for all humans to become gods? To seize their own destinies? Do you not remember? Did the rites we researched and recorded in the Golden Castellum not chart a course to that very destination? But we did not know then what lay beyond. Had we known those thousands of years ago, Times have changed. Things are different now, Cassador. Join us. My preparations are complete. Only together can we accomplish this deed. I've rid my soul of all impurities. Obtaining a true will, the stairway to heaven is but a simple step away. I merely need to gather all the wills that have been scattered throughout the waters. Yes, even yours, which Remus has personally severed. Two minds shall merge into one, and thus Remuria be whole once more clad in immortal form, infused with refined steel and stone. No, we shall take on flesh once more, and the Sebastos shall be born. But not only that, I shall also gain which even Remus could not attain, the power to change the very essence of this world. I will turn back the wheel of fate, usher in the world's return, and bring justice to the land. The surface dwellers shall submit to our will, as they must. It shall be, as the hymn says, and when they use their will to command, the rest shall bow down and listen. You know as well as I will not acknowledge you. You have defiled his ideals. I will uphold my own justice. It matters not. You will understand once you enter Phobos' melody. Then you shall join me. This is Domus Arena. Have I entered Remus's memory again? No, the atmosphere is different from before. Welcome to my palace, Outlander. My symphony. Boethius, do not be startled. We have not met aforetime, And more than once? Whether through my phantom or the real world, or in memory places Remus left behind. But this is no phantasm of Remus's memory. This is my symphony, my golden stage. I knew it. Wails of sorrow ring off every wall. Is that so, Outlander? I know not from whence you came. It seems you are not a human birthed from the primordial waters, nor are you any surface being at all. I cannot see the color of your soul, nor can I touch it. Nonetheless, this is not your war. My vengeance is against the surface dwellers. It is none of your concern. I know not why you hinder our work. For the justice in this world. Justice? You can't actually be serious, can you? You may possess power that even I cannot perceive, but you would be naive, Outlander, to think that brute force alone will defeat me. I have long become one with symphony that fills these deep seas, even if you shall destroy my physical form, so long as the agonized water flows, and so long as the memories of vengeance do not fade. My will shall not perish, and I shall remain a nightmare that haunts this world. Unless you choose as Cassador, as the stray cat did, exiling oneself to become the jailer of the old world. But I do not believe that one so distinguished as you would do so. Forsake that superfluous sympathy of yours. Should the guilty not be punished? Is that not justice? Guilty, you say? They are innocent. No Fontanian is innocent. They are the spawn of our barbarian foes. Their ancestors seized us from the realms that should have been ours by right, and they must pay the price of that original sin. Have you anything else to say, Outlander? For Monsieur Os. But can that short friendship surpass the span of our kinship? Cassador and I, we were humans crafted by Remus's own hand, and we were the final survivors. Compared with other kin, his soul is like an insoluble ichor. Other than myself, only he has true will, and only when we were combined can we complete self. So too our wills one. The opera's final act shall see him return to us. This is his fate. Anything else to say, Outlander? To save the people of Petrichor. Those people, they are neither your kin nor your subjects. On the contrary, so far are you above them, they may as well be ants. Perhaps not even that. The weak shall submit to the strong. Is that not what the law of this world should follow? And yet you say you will protect them. Is this your boundless mercy or simple folly? Since you insist on sabotaging my plans, I'm afraid I'll have to ask you to stay in my place for a little while longer. I cannot detain you for long, of course, but it should be long enough. Let us meet again when I become a god and sit upon Sebastos' throne. Before that, let my little ensemble occupy you for a while. Here we go again.
Scatter!
Jerome, I finally found you at last. Wait, is that you, Monsieur Os? Well, you might have seen me in Sebastos's memories, but I believe that this is our first meeting in this manner. Time is short. Maintaining this form in Botheus' symphonic palace is no easy task. Let's keep this brief. Where are we exactly? This is a space created by Botheus, the manifestation of his soul. It is maintained, just as Sebastos's memories, as you entered before, by the grace of the symphony's might. So, just now, yes, he used music's power to pull us in. I suspect that Domus Aurea is too close to the heart of Phobos, allowing him to directly influence the present world. If we truly allow him to attain power that surpasses reality, he might even pull the entire surface world into this space. When that happens, his delusions will replace the real world, and Fontaine will revert to its appearance from 1,000 years ago. Just like what happened in Petrichor, no, I suspect it will be worse still. Will he really become a god? That depends on your definition. It's not hard to shape false fantasies, but he will find transcending fate futile. Were it truly simple, then those 1,000 years ago, we would have surely already succeeded. All he can do now is drag more innocents into the nightmare of his making, turning them into walking corpses like puppets. Then we gotta stop him. That we do, but it cannot be done here. You must return to the real world. In that, I shall aid you. And what about you? Not to worry, he has no plans for me at the moment. As for me, I've just thought of a way of which we can destroy him utterly. He has to prepare a mighty form for himself in the real world, and plans to initiate the ritual within Domus Aurea that will have him take on flesh. As long as we can get him to lower his guard and gather the symphony scattered throughout the deep waters in that body, we can seize the opportunity to destroy both him and that body. That will put an end to everything. Only you can do this. Phobos' melody does not sing of your destiny, and Botheus cannot influence your soul. You are the exception to all that is planned. Perhaps that is why Sebastos guided you here. Go now. My strength will not hold for long. Let us meet again in the real world, and we may yet bring an end to this long nightmare. It's alright. I'm fine, Paimon. I fear that it was not up to me, but I am a soul that dwells within the Ichor. And though that Remus did give me his final symphony, but to wield his power against Botheus is a different matter. Yeah, I saw him. He seems to have his own plan, don't worry. Regardless, should he prove correct, then we still have a chance to defeat that shameless devil. But first, you must enter Domus Aurea. What are you looking at me for? You have many ideas for one so small, little one. Still, this shall not prove as simple as you think. The chief strength of the Dragonborn lies in our power of flesh. Embedded into Ichor as I am, all that remains in me is the feeblest wills. Destroying the Tium Iani exhausted nigh all my power, and Domus Aurea defended by the symphony's power cannot be compared to the gates of mere stone. Peace, you rash little thing. I merely said that I was powerless, but it is not so for you. The power of this symphony defends the palace. That is the same strength that can be used to break it. But the symphony that I can wield is... If you cannot beat it, then simply borrow what you need from it. Once upon a time, the well of Phobos flowed through the golden aqueducts into every corner of Remuria. Though these paths and pipes have been destroyed, if you can connect the sections that lie before you once more, the gates of Domus Aurea shall surely open, just as they once did. That is what's written in the symphony, after all. Alright, well, looks like we don't have any other options, so let's go ahead and do it. I too made some discoveries while searching for anything Remus may have left behind. It appears that the devil has yet to join in some fragments of the symphony to his music, and they are scattered in this part of the sea. Come with me. If we can find them and use that strength, we might yet reverse the flow of time and return the aqueducts to their original form. Alright, let's go ahead and rebuild the aqueducts. So they are down there. Alright, so we just need to illuminate the horn, right? Alright, where are we heading to now? It says we have to follow the birds. Alright, there they are. Go ahead and jump over to there. looks like we need to do the same thing that we did before and just move the light so that the horn matches up with it. Alright, well, I did not mean to get Kazuha stuck here. Oh, we actually stuck? No way. Okay. So we can get unstuck. I just need to... There we go. Need to get rid of these animal slimes. Alright.
The wind knows me.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. More animal slimes? Alright. Why are there even animal slimes in Remoria anyways? That's done.
One with nature. Into the wind.
Alright, so they all should be in their place, so now we can go use the horn.
Fateful offering.
Alright, so it looks like there should be an exit just this way. Remus, I must remind you that in my view, both your kingdom and the symphony you composed are now beyond your control. Though I have never expected much from those created by a usurper of the many waters and nurtured by yourself, the extent of the degradation is shocking nonetheless. The civilization created by you and your subjects shone brighter than all the others in this world, but naught remains now but deep impenetrable darkness. The atrocities committed in the name of civilization and order were far crueler than such pure barbarism. Even the most savage and violent of bishops would never engage in such meaningless slaughter. I am perfectly aware of all that you say. You know, and yet you remain indifferent? Or are you powerless? No, you can easily destroy those mortals who deserve punishment if you so wished, but you cannot bring yourself to do it. You love humanity. This is the cause. This is the curse you bear as a usurper. It is time for me to depart. I will not aid them in butchering innocent mortals, but neither do I harbor any desire to stop them. You once promised, usurper of many waters, that you would use the pure water that she granted you to create a world of endless prosperity, one without conflict. I follow you to the surface precisely because I wish to witness that future. But this is how it turned out. You have failed, Remus. You could not defeat fate. Blood shall stain the high seed red once more. Such is the cruelty the heavens show to their creations. I have a plan. Oh? You always were one to have many plans, Remus, but all of them lie in the dust now. Even you do not know where it all went wrong. Would you like to hear it, though? This will be the last one. I distinctly recall you saying the same thing when you persuaded me to leave the Frontier. But speak now, before I return there, to the side of the usurper of many waters. Fascinating. Fascinating. Only you could be so toweringly selfish, yet so utterly selfless. You even took me into account, did you? Recklessness. How terribly rash of you, usurper lords of mortals. Still, your plot pleases me. The mere thought of leading my bishops and trampling your arrogant, foolish people underfoot brings me joy. But this shall be mere ceremony, just a show. Fret not. I shall be, as you said, merciful. But if you do this, your life as a god shall come to an end. There will be nothing left but the symphony. Have you considered this fully? Of course, of course. The box of horrors that I have opened, so shall too be I should. The box of horrors that I opened, so too shall I shut. Good. Then I accept your proposal. If the time should come, I shall join my strength to that of your symphony. Phobos' chains shall be broken, and your people shall be free once more. In that case, please accept my final symphony. I think I know what Remus's plan was. We have to go destroy Phobos. To accomplish it, We'll need to play Silas' symphony. Fascinating. Remus's power lingers still in the deep seas and has not been dispersed. And I too am here at last. Do you know what that means? The conditions have been fulfilled. Indeed, that is why I've come here with you, to make amends for millennia of regret. Now, the final question is, Phobos. The final symphony Remus gave me, or the Requiem, is an order for the Phobos to self-destruct. He was to sacrifice himself to unleash this symphony's power, and it would fall to me to control the primordial savage emergence that he would awaken. That was how we would free his subjects from their stone bodies and give them back forms of flesh and blood, destroying the artificial barrier between races. He once instructed me not to reveal his plan to any of his subjects, for it was only by making them realize their limitations that prejudice and arrogance could be set aside. It appears, however, that you pieced together his plan through the memories he left behind. Perhaps, but now that my soul has been freed, there's a chance to make amends. The lost soul of Remus's former subjects remain imprisoned in their statues. If we defeat that monstrosity, then we can use the Requiem to give their souls release, allowing them to return to the high sea of the eternal cycle of life and death. That way, I may consider myself to have fulfilled his wish. Perhaps that is why I came here. Indeed, Outlander, perhaps this indeed is a fated encounter. Alright, now that the aqueducts are connected, we can go ahead and release Iker. So let's go ahead and get this teleport waypoint. There we go. And let's make our way up. How the Iker dazzles, just as it did a millennia ago. This must mean the time has come. The gates of Domus Aurea shall swing wide open, just as they did when the golden waterways rang with song, in the days when the melody of the fellow would flow from this place to all lands beyond. I can hear it already, that beautiful music. Let's play it together, Jerome, Paimon. Then you shall gain access to Domus Aurea. This place is very similar. Alright, let's keep pushing forward.
Time to go.
Oh, what is this? That's a pretty cool looking statue. Wait a minute. My gamer sense is going off. This looks like a boss room. Persistent garbage. Did you repair the broken aqueducts to celebrate my birth of a god of the ancient days? I must warn you that my new world requires no such things, nor will I require ships, for all shall find eternal happiness within my symphony. We're about to add some end bar lines to your score. Cassador has already agreed to join this grand ritual, and he has returned to Remuria's embrace. All wills belonging to Remuria shall merge into one body. Where is your friendship? Was it not merely your own presumptiveness and inflated sense of importance? Just trust me. I called it. This is a boss room. Is he attacking me with music? Are you serious?
Show no mercy! Suffer the wrath of Eastleigh! Goba, get them! Get to work!
You can run, but you can't hide. As one with wind and cloud.
Lolene, East Papa, get him!
What? How? Why can't I control this body? Cassador, you... I have you at last, Botheus. All your will is here, and Phobos also. This time, there is no escape. Why? I am Harmost, the conductor of symphony. How did you... Have you forgotten? Before Sevastos cut me away, I too was a Harmost. And now that I have returned to the symphony, you are the sole conductor no longer. Ha! So you agreed to join me just to lower my guard, only to betray me once more. Me and Remuria both. Think of our kin tragically imprisoned beneath the waters, of the torment they suffered for millennia. Will you truly destroy our cause, obliterate our final hope, for the sake of those scurry and crawl on dry land? You are the traitor here, and the one who imprisoned our people. That is why our nation fell into its ruinous fate. The justice that Sepatos, the Imperator, gave us, that golden ideal, was for us to follow the melody in our hearts and obtain the freedom to grasp our fate. We did not wish to be judged by Fortuna, much less become your slaves. After Phobos was shattered, the people who have gained their freedom, if not for your deception, their nightmare would have ended long ago. Remuria has not fallen. With Phobos as his guiding star, it shall rise again. The rock and metal may crash and clamor. Humans cannot live without water and soil. No power, however great, that tramples upon the value of life has any meaning. Are you not human yourself, Botheus? We Remurians were all ordinary Fontanians once. Though we forsook our flesh, racked with pain and weakness, we gained immortal forms. We still have immortal souls, mortal emotions, and mortal frailties. But we forgot that. We forgot where we came from, believed ourselves superior to other humans. That is why Remuria fell. Do you remember my words? Now is the time. Alright.
Show no mercy! You're toast! Out of the frying pan, into the fire! Fulfill our pact! You two! Time to end them!
Wind strike!
Boba, get them!
Shouldn't let your guard down.
Cassador, Jerome, and Paimon. I didn't think we'd be able to meet again like this. You see it too, then. The being that hovers behind the illusion of Botheus. You found me, I see. No illusion is, you see. You gaze upon Botheus in truth, for I am in truth Botheus. Of course, I am not only him, but you also. I am every melody, every moment, every thought. I am the sum of all souls. I am Phobos. This does not include you children from beyond. However, you are not part of us. Phobos, so the great symphony that governs all has a persona. Phobos, or should I say, that witch that was once Sibylla, was originally a survivor of the last deluge that swallowed the earth. Sibylla's wish was to grant happiness to all in the world who are called humans, but she had no persona and her strength was insufficient. Thus she entrusted her wisdom to Remus, and in the addition of power that Remus possessed, this symphony was created. That is to say, me. No, how can this? So the music we have played all this time, and the fate we accepted, that all came from you? Yes, it was me, but it was also all of you. I am also you all. I am the aggregate of all of your wishes. Eliminating our enemies destroying others' lives, destroying cities and villages. Are these also our wishes? Precisely. That is what you wished for, and so I responded. Plunder, hatred, slaughter. These too are part of your wishes. Is that not what it means to give everyone happiness? That's preposterous. That's so absurd. No, those aren't our true wishes. The arrogance and hatred that has festered within us warped you, turning you into a terrifying monstrosity. Such things will make no one happy. Not us, not any other living being. No wonder you led us to destruction. The Imperator himself must have sensed it. And that's why he... Remus? Yes, he did attempt to destroy me. But why? Without me, all of you would once again have been plunged into confusion and agony. So for all of your sakes, I had no choice but to... Wait, what? You mean to say that Botheus, even then, had already... Yes, that must be it. We could have never gone against the Sebastos' commands, unless the very symphony had rebelled against him. What of Botheus? What have you done with him? Well, he has become us, of course. Or, put it in a way you might understand, I ate him. But that was also his wish. Only I could fulfill. I'm sure that it made him most happy indeed. So that's why Botheus became your puppet. And why he did all he could to engineer your return. It's all for the happiness of you, for everyone. No, it's time we put all this to an end. I've trapped you in this body. There's no way out. I shall destroy you utterly. Is your wish to disappear together with me? Would that make you happy? But I can't fulfill that wish. I am a Remarian no longer. I cannot become Fontanian. I already chose my fate when I agreed to help Sebastos attain his wish. So yes, this is my wish, the reason for which I wandered this world. I will end this millennia-old nightmare. Now, Jerome, Phobos and I, destroy us both. I am filled with joy, for I have learned of Sebastos' plan and hopes. The Imperator aimed to free everyone from the symphony, from hate and strife through his sacrifice. Even to the last, he desired to save his people. Now I shall fulfill the wish he could not see through. This is our final chance, and only you can help us seize it. That is why the Imperator, why fate has brought you here, my friend. Do not hesitate. Take up your sword and bring this all to an end. This is the fate that I have chose long ago. Alright.
One with nature.
It's finally over. It seems that I shall soon fade. Monsieur Os, it's alright. I've finished walking the road I was meant to, and fulfilled that which I was meant to fulfill. This world shall no longer have Cassador, nor shall it have the Golden Hunter. I am certain that the people of this present world shall continue to live normal, happy lives. Jerome, Paimon, you have my thanks for accompanying me up to this point. My journey has reached its final destination, but yours has yet to end. Please, play the Requiem for me, and for my Imperator's wishes. Let our souls return to the present world, and return to the great sea. If water loses its clarity, how shall it become water again? If trees leaves in the soil, where shall it go to put down roots? Through rock and metal may crash and clamor, humans cannot live without water and soil. Perhaps we shall meet again someday, in a fertile land full of flowing water. Alright. Well, I guess all that's left is to make our way up. You mean Cassador? No, the familiar feeling has disappeared. Where has Cassador gone off to? Has he returned to one of those stone bodies again? Cassador is no longer with us. So you vanquished that evil apparition, and Cassador was able to fulfill his own wishes. I am certain that his soul has returned to the deep waters, and is now reunited with his kin. So long as we complete Remus's final symphony, we shall be able to send their souls back to the present, back to the high sea. Life flows like water. They will join the current, and one day they will surely be reborn as mortals. Well then, let us begin. Perform this final movement, this final requiem. Alright. Let's check out this last song. Thank you both for completing this final musical movement, these wishes that have endured for thousands of years. Whether it was mine, Remes's, or of anyone who wished to protect the peace in this world. His soul has returned to the high sea. There, at last, he can be at peace. I imagine that was akin to release for him. As for my kindred and descendants, it seems that a new true dragon has been born to us. Though as one who is prince amongst the Hydro Bishops, I should go forth and seek an audience with him. Though it was hard to say if I could still count as a dragonborn now. Too much time has passed, and so much little in the world has anything to do with me. Well now, it was not easy to regain my freedom, so I believe I shall have a good romp underwater. After all, there are none who shall disturb me any longer. Save you, perhaps. I jest. Still, are you not due to return to your own place? Let us part ways here then. Or so I would say, but further visits on your part would be appreciated. I might get lonely now that everyone is gone after all. I'm sure we'll meet again. Looking at you, even I begin to look forward to the future of terrestrial beings. Well then, until we meet again.